The Federal Home Loan Bank System is a government-sponsored enterprise chartered by Congress in 1932 to support residential mortgage lending and related community investment. The 12 FHL banks continue to fulfill their mission by assuring the continuous flow of funds and grant programs that foster housing and economic development. Serving communities both large and small within the heartland, FHL Bank Topeka recognizes one member institution each year that demonstrates outstanding community leadership and vision. In the quiet town of Girard, Kansas, citizens know their neighbors, business owners, and bankers by name, like the Schifferdeckers. A family-run bank for more than 90 years, Girard National Bank is synonymous with the Schifferdeckers and their commitment to rural communities. Under the leadership of Board Chairman Martin Schifferdecker, GNB found opportunities to provide community banking in ag markets similar to Girard. Over the past 20 years, GNB has expanded its lending base in Kansas and into Colorado. President and CEO Mark Schifferdecker carries on the GNB tradition of preserving the community banking experience that customers have when they walk into one of GNB's branches, regardless of where it's located.
We operate under one charter, the Girard National Bank, but what we do a little differently than some banks is that we have branches in other communities, and we give each branch its own trade name. Management decisions are made right there in the branch, and when a customer walks into the bank, it's really important to us that they feel like they're walking into a decision-making bank, not just a branch.
While GNB's markets are similar in makeup and size, housing and economic development needs vary from town to town. From Eads, Colorado to Yates Center, Kansas, GNB has used its FHL Bank Topeka membership to access credit products, low-cost advances, and grant programs to best serve each of its communities.
Our typical customer is a small business or a farmer looking for a fixed-rate loan. What we basically do is pull down an advance for each separate loan to try to match it exactly to the terms of the loan. We typically build the prepayment language in to the loan agreement just like we would have the Federal Home Loan Bank, so it protects our bank, and we just match them right across. We track that over time, and it's been a great tool for us to manage our asset liability process of the bank. It's also great to have the line of credit with the Federal Home Loan Bank for liquidity contingency planning. The regulators are very interested in our contingency plans these days. We recently tested our line of credit with the Federal Home Loan Bank at the urging of our regulators, and the process was so simple. Most of our partners that we work with, when they ask us to test their lines, there's some large commitment fee in order to test that line, and it was just so simple with the Federal Home Loan Bank. We just basically called up, drew on our line of credit, repaid it the next day, and then just sent us the full documentation right for our files. Very, very easy process.
The cornerstones of many communities are their schools, colleges, hospitals, and municipalities. With FHL Bank Topeka's standby letters of credit, GNB has been able to provide its public unit depositors a AAA-rated guarantee on their deposits.
We really like the letter of credit program. I think it's saving us money, and our municipalities really enjoy it. They realize it's a much easier product to administer than the old way of pledging securities.
With consistently high Community Reinvestment Act scores, it's clear that GNB puts community prosperity first. In addition to using FHL Bank's advanced products and letters of credit to meet its customers' needs, GNB has accessed FHL Bank's low-cost loans and grants to benefit homeowners and business owners alike.
We've used about every kind of housing and economic development program I think the Federal Home Loan Bank has to offer. I really feel like they've given us an opportunity to provide something to our community that they would not otherwise have.
FHL Bank grants and low-interest loans are catalysts for the construction and revitalization of homes and businesses throughout the Midwest. Here in Girard, Rob Yarborough, General Manager of Producers Co-op Association, took out a $4 million loan with GNB, funded by an FHL Bank Community Development Advance, to finance his co-op grain elevator operations.
We were approached by management at Girard National Bank. We sat down and looked at needs, assessed risk, looked at what they could bring to the table, and the board of directors made a very informed, educated decision that it was in the best interest of Producers Co-op to move our lending from the large non-local lending institution to bring it into Girard. That was one of the things they felt strongly. They wanted to keep the dollars in Southeast Kansas. They've become a very valuable resource on our decision-making process. and we are extremely thankful for having the opportunity to work closely with an organization such as Girard National Bank.
The fixed rate financing through Federal Home Loan Bank really enabled us to obtain this customer. It's just been a feather in our cap working with one of the largest businesses and one of the most important businesses in our community.
In addition to serving the agricultural needs of many of its customers, GNB uses the Community Development Program to support new and existing businesses in Kansas and Colorado. In Mulberry, Kansas, Mike and Jackie Sisk were looking to finance the construction of their photography studio, a new business venture for this progressive rural couple.
Having that relationship with Girard National, they were able to dream with us a little bit as far as having bigger ideas than maybe what people were used to around Pittsburgh. Another strong benefit of having Girard National Bank for our business banking is it's not really a one and done type atmosphere where you come in and get your first loan and you're done. I really enjoy that it's more of a relationship with them.
I'm here in downtown Holton, Kansas, a backdrop similar to thousands of communities in the Midwest. Through GNB and Homestead Community Development, Holton's Main Street Business Development Program received a $25,000 economic development grant from FHL Bank Topeka. This grant is being used to fund a revolving loan program with business owners like Mark and Mary Filer using the zero-interest loan to add handicap accessibility and lighting updates to their expanded storefront property.
Holton National Bank is a very important cornerstone to this community. They are very diversified. They have been very involved in the community as far as helping with programs such as the Holton Main Street program, as well as just helping the community and being there when businesses need them.
It's so encouraging to see my hometown retain its vibrancy and its small-town appeal to residents and visitors by securing private dollars through FHL Bank Topeka's grant program. Local institutions should be congratulated, not just for the financial products they provide to their customers, but also for how they give back to their communities. I'd like to thank Girard National Bank for using FHL Bank Topeka's Jobs Grant to beautify and maintain Holton's Town Square.
When it comes to providing affordable housing, Girard National Bank is no stranger to FHL Bank Topeka's Community Housing Program and Affordable Housing Program grants. In Hiawatha, Kansas, an $895,000 community housing program advance was used toward the construction of Hiawatha Plaza, a 24-unit apartment complex for low-income seniors and families.
As the community really seeks to develop economically and grow, housing becomes a very important issue. Our residents take great pride in their heritage and the quality of life that's offered to them here in this community. It's really an exciting place and a very fulfilling place to be in banking.
GNB Mortgage, a wholly owned subsidiary of Girard National Bank, makes competitively priced residential mortgage loans for GNB's 11 branch locations. Through the MPF program, GNB Mortgage offers fixed-rate financing to its customers, retains valuable customer relationships as it services those loans, and layers the program with FHL Bank's affordable housing grants to make home ownership opportunities available to even more of its customers.
Years ago, we made the decision that we wanted to offer fixed-rate home loans to borrowers in our community. We just felt like so many borrowers were taking their home loans elsewhere, and we felt like we could service them much better, much more efficiently, and make a profit for the bank as well. 2 years ago, Federal Home Loan Bank started buying guaranteed rural housing loans that were guaranteed by the Department of Agriculture. We've been able to layer those grants with the Affordable Housing Program grants that Federal Home Loan Bank supplies. It's been a great market for us because we're able to help those first-time buyers. For GNB Mortgage, our success really has always been about surrounding ourselves with the very best business partners. That's why we chose Federal Home Loan Bank, the MPF program. That's why we're rewarded with AHP grants. That's why we're actively using the Rural First Time Program grants. Borrowers are attracted to us because they see that they're getting a fair product. They're getting a product that's beneficial to them without a lot of costs that they might incur with other lenders.
GNB President and CEO Mark Schifferdecker's philosophy on community leadership reaches far beyond the doors of his banks. He instills a sense of responsibility and pride in each of his employees, a responsibility that outlasts the 8-hour workday and finds its way into the hearts of the communities that GNB touches.
I really don't feel that you can operate in small communities like we do without being a part of the community. In today's unprecedented times, I think people are realizing how important community banks are. Having products like affordable housing programs, the jobs grants, that community banks like ourselves can be involved in only helps our communities. I'm so proud and so glad to have access to those programs to the Federal Home Loan Bank so we can make our communities a better place to live.
Through its innovation, strategic business partnerships, and collaboration with FHL Bank Topeka, Girard National Bank has and continues to put communities first. From home ownership opportunities to the creation and sustenance of economic development initiatives, GNB has played a vital role in supporting communities in Kansas and Colorado. To honor these achievements, FHL Bank Topeka is pleased to announce its 2009 Community Leader Award recipient, Girard National Bank.